Deep Gnome City. Or, yeah, whatever. Dirty Lou.
Not a problem.
Welcome to Dirty Lou, sir. We have a fine selection available for you today, straight from the stinking bowels of Baron. Do you know anyone who could do anything with these beetle shells? Yeah, I know some craftsmen who could turn that shell into a huge shield. Tough too. It costs you 10,000 gold though. It'll take 3 days too. Sure, sounds good. I don't actually need a shield, but I'm interested in seeing what we can do. Terrific, your shield will be ready in 3 days. Come pick it up then. Why do they call you Dirty Lou? It's because of my fondness for the ladies. I have quite a reputation when it comes to my fondness for the ladies. You see, quite a reputation. Right. Okay. Terrible prices. Everything's incredibly expensive. Pack of holding seems to be a good indicator of that. It was 8,000, where in some places 6,000, I suppose in most. Here it's 3,000. So we're basically paying double price for everything. Umber Hulk plate. Not impressive. It's slightly better than normal plate rail. I think it's slightly lighter in weight. Magic Blocking. Dispels magics and grants immunity to spells of 5th level or lower for 5 rounds. Duration is shit. He basically is something we don't want to deal with at all. We don't want to sell anything to him either. Couldn't get him to do anything with Umber Hulk hides. If that's the indication of what the Umber Hulk armor would look like, I have no interest in it. That's a piece of shit. Shield might be useful. I think we have fairly pathetic shields with some people. This is a good shield. This is an okay shield. I think we have these better shields. Actually has. I'm pretty sure I've just stuffed them all in here. Right. Yeah, this needs to be sold. We might as well rest too, because we need to wait for 3 days to get our stuff. That's quite a lot of resting periods. Well, long swords. 4 chainmails, 4 daggers. Oh shit. I think I'll just pay for the identification. Might be able to identify these lower quality items by just having the mage look at them. Hopefully just a lot of +1 daggers and swords. We'll identify them and then just shove them back in the stack. They're gonna be the best to sell here. Every time we sell something, their price will go down. So if we can sell them in a single large chunk, we'll get the most money out of it. We are going to sell them, even though the price might be shit here. Although I can easily get the Koldahar, and if they're in the bag, stacked, they're not gonna take much room. Large shield +1. Okay, what could be somewhat interesting? An amulet. Dark flesh. Wearer is paralyzed and diseased, can only be removed by remote curse. Do we actually have something that could be potentially interesting? With this, it's a chainmail. Mail of life +3. Maximum hit points, wearer regenerates. Armor class, okay. I can't use it at the same time with the blasted ring. But we have the same armor class, except now we have more hit points and we regenerate. The regeneration speed is insignificant, so it won't really affect the normal gameplay, but I think when we basically rest, we'll be restored to full health. It's a good ring. Ring protection. I don't think anyone can wear it though. Need to check the ammunition situation too. Okay, what exactly is this? Most of our guys are wearing some kind of a magical item. Where is it? The shield? Shield should not stack with this. It's the armor. This, yeah, shield plate +2. I'll hold on to the ring. Two chainmails. Okay. And to create a little bit more room here so it doesn't take so long to identify everything. They're all probably just +1 items. Wouldn't mind some kind of automatic identification system. I mean, it would use the highest lore value of the entire group to identify the inventory items. So you wouldn't have to manually go through this. If you can identify it, it would be already identified. At the same time, I suppose this is gives you an easy way to keep control of things. You know exactly what items you've gone through and what have you haven't. If they would automatically be identified, you might lose the sight of what you've gone through and what you haven't. Still, it would be less time consuming. Right. That's the easy to identify trap. Malan us, dismali ustan, taltanas taltahlara, ustan shanim. With the mumbo jumbo friend, speak common. Right? Excuse me, but I don't understand what you're saying. I apologize, honored customer. I will speak in your common tongue for our mutual convenience. I am Nim. We are a merchant of some kind. How did a dark elf wind up in a village of deep gnomes? Deep gnomes hate drow, don't they? Dire need overcomes simple hatred in periods of duress. I am a businessman. Petty racial differences are irrelevant in my dealings. Deep gnomes have gems. I have goods. It's an excellent relationship, most profitable. Hmm. Being an Underdark merchant sounds like it could be a dangerous and short career. For many it is. However, I have been in this trade for over 400 years. I have seen my way into and out of places that no other dark elf has ever seen. You'd be surprised how powerful a single merchant can be. Where have you been? Well, I have seen many things, been many places. The gem mines of Thay aren't quite as frightening as some might lead you to believe. The depths of the moon sea aren't filled with undead. Oh, and the treasury of Dorn's Deep wasn't very secure even when it was inhabited by the dwarves. Wait, what are you getting at? The Dathir and dwarven artifacts produced by the so-called Time of Cooperation were too valuable to resist. Selling the artifacts to the goblinoid armies was the best business decision I ever made. Why's that? It had so many angles to play. The stupid goblins went bankrupt just to buy artifacts that they couldn't use properly. The dwarves who were threatening to attack some drow outposts were implicated, and the Darthir slit their own throats when they decided to wage war against the goblins and dwarves. Silly elves. Hmm. There's no way we can kill Nim. Could I have that in writing? Okay, show me your stuff. Mystery of the Dead. This shield, right? +4 shield, +1 extra +1 versus missile attacks. Immunity to Finger of Death and Power Word Kill. Um, who can actually use this? because the dwarf can, paladin can, barbarian can, okay, dwarf for some reason can. Aliens hunting help. Silver bracers. Armor class 2. Oh, we probably should buy these because I don't recall good bracers on almost anything. Anyone, the mages might have some, but that won't help anyone else. Stone to flesh scroll would be probably warranted. What price? It's he's selling these spells at terrible prices. Not sure if we want to buy all that many. At the same time, I want certain spells to be available. Stone of Flesh is probably more useful as a scroll because it's very easy to protect yourself from petrifications through spells. So this would be more or less just to recover from a terrible accident rather than bothering to learn the spell. I'm not going to buy any unnecessary spells from this guy, but if something incredibly valuable is available, I'll buy it. I'm not going to use prismatic spray type of spells, but very likely. It would mean the mage has to be on the front line to cast it, and that's not going to go well for us. Nishuru is a good one against mages. I think it's immune to magic, something like that. It drains your spells if it hits you. Ruby Ray of Reversal is good. Nishuru is good. This disables a lot of protections, spell protections. High level protections. Minor spell turning, minor globe of invulnerability, spell immunity, globe of invulnerability, minor spell deflection, spell turning, spell shield, spell deflection, spell trap. We might get these at cheaper prices somewhere else, but those are things that basically are incredibly good. Age of Exotic Birds. Right, that's what we came here to get. Age of Scrolls. 1000 on the drain. No! Can't be helped. Well, can be helped, but since I don't know, do we have other options to get them? Solemn Duty. Immunity to Confusion. Katana. 3% chance of decapitating an opponent on each hit. Plus 5 versus outer planar creatures. Extra damage. This is a demon slaying katana, basically. Probably incredibly useful, but no one uses a katana in my group. Outer planar creatures includes a lot more than demons, though, so it's more useful than it appears. I don't have a money for a lot of things here. I'm thinking of getting the shield. It's plus 4 and provides immunities against some death effects. And the bracers. 45,000. And afford this shit. We should sell our equipment somewhere else, definitely. We're just gonna get half price if we sell them here, but we still have to buy this shit. I think the bracers are more valuable because we don't have many bracers. We have shields. We're continually getting shields. So And it doesn't do anything. Ah, I see. It's I misunderstood the item entirely. It's not plus 2 armor class, it's armor class 2. Right, so it's totally worthless to me.
I...
Right. We still need this. We need the spells. And I'm not gonna really buy anything from him then. Shield provides armor class +4, a couple of immunities. That is good. This is armor class +2, for example. +2, +3. So 4 plus immunities is that's actually very attractive. So yeah. Now he doesn't have anything we want. Now we can ask him about bringing him to justice about what he's been doing. Level 6, level 7. I would actually like a level 6 spell for you. You'll get level 7 one. Mishra is useless, we have the luxury of actually sending these against the mage. I don't ever recall them killing a mage, but the AI I don't think really realized that it's an immune to magic, so they tend to cast a lot of spells to get rid of it.
I...
Okay, let's see if we can bring this guy to justice. I don't think so. All those cursed elves, these ruined dwarven citadels, 2 ancient cultures exterminated because of you. That's it. You're going to pay for what you did. And he leaves. I think he leaves, right? But it's in line with my character too. He didn't leave.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. I thought he was just nice
Your
and be
desire.
about it.
Ready.
What's the loot? Well, 2 level ups. Illusionist. 5th, 4th and 3rd level spells. Maybe more offensive focus spells? We're level 11. I think level 12 is where the flame arrow starts to be good. No, 2 bolts at level 10. It's already decent, I guess. Our charm isn't bad, but that's not really my way of fighting, I guess. Um, more negative effects. I really could use a 5th level spell. Additional weapon proficiency. Well, it's not like we have a huge amount of options. A dagger or a dart. So I'll take the dagger. 6th level spells. Rager Malison. Saving throws lowered. Good if you want to fuck someone over with disabling spells. We're not really using the gases all that much. Yeah, we might be. Someone takes Zone of Sweet Air as a spell, so we can clear it up afterwards. Yeah, we. Chain Light. I think it only attacks enemies. Well, no. Strikes target, jumps to the nearest creature, friend or foe, losing a small amount of energy with each strike. So after a couple of jumps, it's not going to do that much damage, so it's not a huge problem if we keep casting this in the enemy groups. It might hit some of our frontline guys, but by that time it's so weak that it's relatively ineffectual.
Easy as goblin pie.
Thank you for rescuing Guello from the mines. His return has bolstered our spirits greatly. If you can keep out of harm's way until the Umbra Halls have passed, we will have a good chance of recovering. Okay, healing. Items maybe? What? He's offering okay prices, but not good prices. Okay, where did we get the experience? Shrug? Not here. I'm guessing this is just a place for you to rest. This bed looks well kept and comfortable. This would probably be a safe place to rest. No shit. I think I'll rest for 3 days so I can get the shield, see what it actually does. Day 1. Day 2. And day 3.
Is that all?
Even if it's 10,000 down the drain, I don't care. I needed the information to see what it actually does. We should be able to restore the Arboretum in that severed hand. I got an armor piece. I didn't want an armor piece, I wanted a shield. Fuck. Well, it's a worthless piece of shit, isn't it? Anyone even using this type of armor? I think everyone's on. Actually, I might have use for that. Depends how it's classified. Because No, I don't think I have a use for it, unless it can go for the barbarian. It can't, so it's 10,000 down the drain. Really has no uses. First spacecraft, right? Live and learn. Now, what do we have left? Well, these are important events, not really quests. I don't think we have any real quests left.
Watch me go.
Yes, a reasonable request.
Hmm.
I'm
Great
here.
Forge would be our
Easy as
next target, I
goblin
suppose.
pie.
There's some kind of elven maiden responsible for that. Do we have unidentified potions? I seem to recall something about some kind of an oil. I would assume we already have it. Which potion? Oil of null effect. This potion is the result of Jero's servants meddling in magical unguents. When it is smeared over the body of a living creature, it will nullify all magical effects, including all curses, contingencies, and key spells. Yeah, that's basically impossible, I think. Potion of invulnerability. High resistance to all attacks while giving bonuses to all saving throws. The effects of the elixir last for 1 hour but can only be used by warriors. Liquid in the potion is strangely murky quality to it that you haven't noticed in other potions. Yeah, that's a cursed potion. Right. I think we're gonna take a detour to Archon's district, then go to the palace and see if we
Is
can
that all?
get rid of the geese on the woman.
Ready for action.
How can I help?
Yeah,
Forgot to buy
You have my
ammunition.
undivided attention.
I am ready.
Guess it doesn't matter. Either.
Your command?
I await your dispatch.
You. I you. Watch me go.
Fuck you, voice of Durdle Anatha.
Easy as goblin pie.
A little fire and lightning should liven things up.
Ready.
Speak your
Yeah, none
mind.
of this will work against him.
Mm-hmm.
I am ready as always. What is report? Very well.
How can I help?
You need very well. Your desire.
Yeah.
Watch me go.
Okay, we did Melavan's Dome, but there's still other areas here. We just need to be careful not to come close here and again. Most of the enemies here should
Your command?
be vulnerable to
Yes.
normal sounds.
I'm here. Easy as goblin pie.
Take no prisoners!
I'll take care.
I'll wash me beard in your blood.
Very nice spells. Mordenkainen's jaw sword. This seems to be different from Baldur's Gate Mordenkainen's sword, in that this is an actual sword. I think in Baldur's Gate it was a summoned creature, basically. Right, so we're looking for... These are all a little bit too high level. Yeah, something on 6, nothing on 7. So take a 7th level spell. Mordenkainen's sword is probably useful for him anyway. Something on 6th. Howard Silence. Oh, these are 7th level. Okay, what are you have on 7th? Ruby Ray Reversal. Maybe a Power Word Stun. Although I'm unlikely to use these. Let's take the summons. I might actually use those. Power words are good, but the problem is you never know what the exact hit points of the opponent are. So it's a hard time to guess is the power word ever going to affect something or not. I suppose harm spells and things like that would allow you to accurately determine that it's very much vulnerable to something. But especially bosses tend to have hit points in the hundreds. So even when they're near death, they can still have more hit points than the spell requires to be effective.
Done. Is that all?
Hello again. Did you want something? Um, I found this potion. It destroys magical effects on people who drink it. Do you think that you could use it to remove Melavan's contingency spells? I could, but I need to stay here with Marketh. He needs me. Thank you for trying to help me, though. Yeah, I think we need to basically do something with Marketh too. I don't recall the exact advice that the spirit gave me.
You have my undivided
I think the
attention.
oil was the first. Get the oil, use the oil was the first one. But the second part was forgiving the one who did that. So I'm guessing it means Marketh. How can I free Jinapé? Badges, Torn Steep, badges, okay, Jinapé. Search north of her prison to find her brother. Slay him and take the nullifying oil from his bedroom. We're at this stage. Spare her tormentor, then offer the oil to her. So we can't kill Marketh, I think. Ah, fucking zoom lock. We go the full way here. I think
I
we
will
might
do
as
so.
well.
Easy as goblin pie.
Yes?
Not a problem.
Another large level.
Easy as goblin pie.
Ready for action.
Ready.
What is your will?
Your life is forfeit.
Fucker got me good.
Right then.
They're not going anywhere.
To victory.
Die.
Is he a thief
Taste
then?
my steel.
Seems to be have a thieves all over the place, and that's not a usual setup. Might have to spare his life. We want to save the woman. Not sure if we want to save the woman though.
I'll take care of it.
I shall
Gods
slay
grant
you
me
all.
strength.
This throne is relatively new and seems to be too big for a dwarf to sit in. Huge bell appears to have been recently restored. Why the fuck does everyone explode? Two side ends, I guess.
Quickly now.
No, it doesn't.
Heal yourselves.
Taste my steel.
I didn't realize how worthless the
Onward to victory!
these would be. I think one major consideration why I took the barbarian was that it would be immune to backstabbing.
Aye.
But it wasn't exactly a worry. Berserking is nice, but honestly I don't use it all that much. There are exceptions. It might be more useful against certain type of mages. And it's something that you can just snap your fingers and engage. It's constantly
Speak your
there.
mind.
You don't have to prepare yourself.
I
So there's a lot of convenience to it.
ready.
Your
I
life is
say
forfeit.
so. I'm here.
How can I help?
Not a problem.
Onward to victory!
I don't think we can reach. The guy probably would have been here. Is he even here at the moment? Not a good time to lose your buffs.
Huh?
I await your orders.
Speak your mind, then leave quickly.
I shall. I.
Well, well, what have we here? To whom do I owe the pleasure of this visit? I'm called Beaufort. Who are you? I'm Lord Chamberlain Marketh. I'm responsible for making sure that New Dorn's Deep runs efficiently, among other things. Even if you had to crush a few gnomes into the ground to do it, eh? If my superior needs something done, it must be done, whatever the cost. I don't have the luxury or time to be burdened with ethics. Ever stop to consider the possibility that your superior is evil? Oh, here it comes. You're grinding up people and destroying their lives, blah blah blah. The children, blah blah blah. Didn't claw my way to the top of the heap just to be taken down by something as pathetic as moral sentiment. Give it a rest. How did you wind up here anyway? Well, I used to be part of a silly adventuring company. I was in it for the money. They were in it for some sort of noble cause. That's what brought us here. They came to stop Pokolin. After we had slaughtered most of Pokolin's beast minions, he offered us all jobs working for him. Of course, the stupid paladin started spouting off how Pokolin would pay for his evil and so on. That's when I decided to slip my dagger into our wizard's back. He died without a sound. Killed our priest too. Pokolin made short work of the paladin. He appreciated my help and my style. The rest is history. You bastard. Well, too bad, kid. Keep yourself alive. That's the name of the game. Speaking of which, I think I'll be leaving now. Farewell, fools. You don't get it, do you, Marquette? I came here for your badge. I'm not going anywhere until you hand it over. You know, you look like a reasonable person. I'm just a thief. I'm not looking for a fight. Don't suppose there's any chance you just take the badge and let me go, is there? We know that we have to take. I wouldn't normally do this, but we know that in order to save the woman, we have to let him go. I think if we kill Market, the woman will basically die too. I guess so. Just give me the badge and get out of here. Ah, you're truly a saint. I'm sure Il Major will give you a big pat on the head when you die. Farewell.
Ready. Yeah.
Thief not protecting his own equipment. Seth attacks
Ready.
Eleanor.
Right then.
And
Yes.
Seth is what exactly?
I am ready as you will. I must insist on receiving some aid.
Yeah,
I'm here.
who's seen
desire.
doesn't see all threats.
As you put it.
Watch me go.
Dagger. Double. Okay, this looks weird. Quite weird. Gauntlet of Elven Might. Armor class +1 saving throws. Strength. I don't care about the strength. Actually, the strength might be a problem. Required. Multi or dual class fire. Okay. It's basically worthless. At least for me.
I...
Potion of explosions. Column building book. Okay. This book appears to be a manual detailing Malabon's construction of 2 iron golems. It also contains a number of strange phrases that appear to be command words. So, depending on which order you do things, you could have used the iron golems against Malabon. Interesting. Very interesting. Multiple solutions to our problems. Ooh, containers full. Holy shit. I need to take a look at what we have. I noticed most of the potions are things that I'm not even remotely interested in using. I'll just sell them away. Others, on the other hand, are incredibly valuable.
I pray your childish mind will soon turn toward other amusements.
Ready. Watch me go.
This desk is covered with meticulously arranged thieves' tools, files, hammers, small blades, and various picks have been placed according to size and length. Okay. Let's see if we can release the woman.
Watch me go.
Let's try this again. Can you use this to remove Melvin's contingency spells? Now that Marketh has left, I suppose there's no reason for me to stay here. I don't know what else to do. Suppose I should take the potion and leave this dead place. Thank you for your help, and farewell. Farewell, Zinophe. Well, it was worth 80,000. Shrug. Two-handed sword +1. Hold fast +3. +1 armor class slashing resistance. 15% chance the target is held for 1 turn. That's basically a huge amount of time. It's a death sentence if that hits. Versus confused. Yeah. Fire kiss +3. Okay, we're getting really low on ammunition. Evil Archmage rules? No idea. Right. I think I'll go to Kaldahar. The gnomes are no longer under any immediate threat, the deep gnomes. There's still one guy we need to take care of,
Easy as
the Great
goblin
Forge with
pie.
the fire giants. But after that, there's no reason for us to be here. Uh, my point being, if we're gonna take care of the paladin, try to get rid of him, we probably should try to do it now. We'll also visit the Severed Hand and try to see if the
Done.
information we've gathered here so far can make any kind of a difference. We can at least restore the Arboretum, nothing else. So it's not going to be totally wasted trip no matter what happens. We also need to do an equipment dump on somewhere we can actually get a little bit money back from the items. Fallen Temple, I don't know what that is. Let's visit that. I need to know if it's a large area or is it just an actual temple in the palace. It's not that big.
What is required?
Probably need magical items
Your
to affect these guys though.
You have my undivided attention.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Sister Incilia is there.
I await your instructions.
Don't think I can do all that much. I might be able to contribute a little bit to the damage. Fighters should have no trouble with this. They're slowed down the target so we'll hit continuously and we're buffed to it. Buffed to all hell.
I. Done.
Fire and light, blood slaughter, the church is on fire. Watching from the high tower over the great black sea. Watch, which.
So she's not doing well. Oh, there are more of them. Other ads.
Huh? Ready. Good.
What the fuck is that?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Ah, just a mummy.
Yeah.
I am ready as always.
I'm here.
Huh?
Yeah, might as well summon more.
Your desire?
What the fuck happened? Soul steering orbs, okay. So it's not that simple of a thing. We're certainly not gonna go travel to Kaldahar now, we need to wrap this up. We need to send the warriors against them, no one else can take that kind of damage. Soul steering orb is something you can't resist either, so it'll do the damage.
Ready for action.
Mm-hmm.
Ready.
Grant me strength.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Huh? Sounds good.
We absolutely need to rush them. Motherfucking mummies.
I
Do I haste?
Ready.
I don't
ready.
think that's
Not a
necessary.
problem.
Zombie lords, where are your mummies? Okay, there's a lot of shit here.
Your desire.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can go for the haste. Really want the idol.
I'm here.
That's a lot of shit coming our way, and some kind of keyboard system? Okay, this is getting more complex continually.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is going on here?
Okay.
They're definitely defending the idol. And it's a serious defense. What the fuck is this? It's a keyboard system of some sort. I can't really detect the symbols though, so I'm not sure if that's intended. The staircase. Corrupting idol, right. So I'm guessing destruction of that is your one option to do things. That's why there's so much shit defending it. Maybe one of these guys can actually aid in that. And this leads to the forge, right? Other Perdium is marked, so I'm guessing he's the key to all this, right?
I. Is that all?
Yeah. Fine, fine.
Ready. I'll split you in two.
I think that Father Perdium is the leader, so he would be
Take
the
no
enemy.
prisoners.
I'm here. Watch me. Hmm?
Take no prisoners.
Welcome to our humble church, disciples of suffering. I'm Brother Perdium, servant of Ilmater. What brings you here today? Do you seek ecstasy at the hand of Ilmater's servants? Yeah, this temple doesn't seem like the place where kind, gentle gods are worshipped. Our God is kind and forgiving. We are not. As servants of Ilmater, it is our duty to strip all resistance to suffering from the bodies of believers and unbelievers alike. Once your resistance has been stripped away, you will weep in the arms of Ilmater. What might be your task? That might be your task, but you're not going to be inflicting any suffering on us. I can leave no soul untouched, no nerve dulled. If you attempt to travel on this holy ground, you will face the servants of Ilmater. The poor brothers were found spiritually lacking. Now they serve Ilmater from beyond the grave. You have been warned, heathen. Could you actually, people, do something?
Not a
Like
problem.
attack? I mean, they're
Huh?
not gonna stop
Sure.
fighting at this point. Ooh, that's a lot of trouble coming our way. Yeah, this is not going to work. If we go anywhere near that son of a bitch, it's
Your
game
desire.
is on at that point. And we have nothing to really destroy this shit.
Mm-hmm.
You have my undivided attention.
I might be able to cast minor enchantments to aid, but nothing major.
I.
That's a lot of stuff coming our way. I feel this is the key.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
It's defended, severely defended compared to anything else. So I'm guessing the idol would maybe collapse the support they have here. Ah, that's the talismans, right. So this is where we can move forward.
Aye.
Your desire.
Yeah. Good.
That's a lot of stuff coming our way. Idol doesn't seem to be all that durable though. Holy crap.
What is required? Understood.
Shit.
You need me? By all means.
I'm here. Done.
Okay, that plan worked. Need to get our healer back in the game. Still, we didn't stay there all that long and lost 140 points. Stunned and hopeless. Well, that's nice. It'll last a turn, I think. Lost the basic buffs. Anytime now. Of course, it had to be the one guy who could have maybe gotten rid of that thing. The only thing we can do is just wait. Let's see if the other priests can be interacted now. Interacted with. Like, I still need the heal. There's no telling when how the shit is gonna hit the fan here.
How can I help?
Good enough.
Done.
Why, who are you? Where am I? What have I done? Oh my, oh, I remember it all now. For my shame, I remember. Thank you for saving us.
Is he still alive here at the center? My God. I know not who you are, but you have delivered us from such a terrible nightmare. I dreamed that I was swimming in pitch under a blood-red moon. So much suffering have I caused. So much suffering must I endure to repay the debt of sin I have incurred. Who are you? I am Perdium, once a faithful priest of Ilmater. I used to watch over a monastery of faithful priests and priestesses outside of Illipard. One day a man came to the monastery. He said his name was Porcolin, and that he had come to help us find the true fate of Ilmater. There was something about his eyes, his voice that hypnotized us. His voice was so commanding, so powerful that we were swept up in his sermons with a disturbing passion. It frightened us, but we could not help but fall deeper into his web of deception. We abandoned dozens of sick and dying worshippers in the halls of our monastery. We went north through the Kaldahar Pass. Many died, but at that point we no longer cared. All was done for the glory of Ilmater, for the propagation of the faith. Even as Pokolin became more fascist, more militant, we could do nothing to resist. I'm not sure you should use the word fascist in a setting like this. I mean, because it's a very term is tied tightly to Earth history. Harkolin's idol had us enthralled. Those who resisted were drained of life and turned into the zombies who guarded this black temple. It used to be a temple of Baronar Truesilver, though you would never recognize it now. I have not only committed blasphemy against my god, but against the proud mother goddess of the dwarves. I owe a great debt to many gods and people. Thank you for liberating my soul. It's true. You have caused much pain and death in your madness. The path to recovery will be a long one. But our fight continues. What can you tell us about Pokolin? Pokolin is no priest of Ilmater. He is a sorcerer of some sort. There is something cold and unnatural about his eyes, his skin, his hair. Everything about him rings false. The way he walks, the way he holds himself, is as though he's a stranger in his own body. Interesting. Free heals that we don't really need. But at least the fucker offered free
Ready.
heals. That's something no one else has
Aye.
done. This priest is crying, mumbling prayers to Ilmater for forgiveness. He seems to not take notice of anything going on around him. Gauntlet, embrace, counter, rebrace, pauldron, tacit, grieve, holy, salad. What are you doing? I'm partaking in the ritual of obedience. It is how I issue commands to the beloved servants of our church. Voice of Durdle Anapa. You experienced his blessings earlier. Gauntlet, embrace, counter. Yes, I remember. I wasn't too happy about it either. Why don't you stop making him attack me before I... Okay. So I demand that you stop this at once. You cannot torment his soul any longer. Blasphemer, The holy litany which I recite comes straight from the mouth of Pokelin himself. If his word is not law, what is law? Wiser, Helm. Well, I'm no religious expert, but wouldn't Illuminator's word be law, or are you now a priest of Pokelin? In Illuminator's absence, we serve only Pokelin. His word supersedes the gospel. Now, blasphemers, you will suffer under the blade of the voice. Okay. Doesn't seem that this is going to apply. Cutter Bum Praise. Yep. No reason to kill him. He's a true believer fanatic, but not a reason to kill him.
Forgive me for what I have done, O Father of Suffering. Though I do not deserve your clemency, I ask for your mercy at any cost to myself.
Right. That's a wrap then. How did all this happen? A Pokelin story. Okay. I suppose the Greater Forge waits. We should be okay and pretty safe to move around through the rest of the fortress. I'm inclined to maybe push through the Greater Forge. The reason I was a little set on going to Kaldahar and the Severed Hand was to get ammunition and try to figure out a way to get rid of this guy, the skeleton that keeps re-emerging, but now he's gone, so ammunition would be the only concern. I think I could get that from other places. I also have this. So we only are missing a single badge now, and it'll be in the Greater Forge. I think we have enough to see us through that. So after that we will go to Kaldahar, we'll go to the Severed Hand, and basically come back to deliver the last two batches so we can proceed. But for now, I think I'll leave things here. We'll do the Greater Forge next, and the Severed Hand, and Kaldahar. Preparations to proceed to wherever this leads. Could I rest? This would be a great place to rest. Game says no. I'm not going there without resting though. Fire giants. That's yeah, that's pretty bad. Fully buffed up and rested, I think we should have no real trouble though.
Done. Done.
Slight injuries still remain, but nothing severe, and I think we can take the free heals now. Don't really need all that much. There's a limited supply of these heals though.